Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time to continue with our holiday planner, and it's time to do the fun part, the decorating. So I love how this planner feels in my hand, how it's turned out. One thing I think I'd really like are tabs, and I always put tabs in, but I'm never like sold on them. But as flat as this album gets, or this journal gets, I feel like it needs tabs. So here's what I have done. I have gone through and decided what things I want to have tabs. Let me show you what I mean. I just took out a post-it note and I started writing down. So I know I want to tab October, November, no, say the words, October, November, and December. So I wrote those down. I also want to tab my reading plan section, but I'm not going to tab them separately to save tab space. I'm just going to tab read, and that way I'll know that that's where the reading plan is. For gifts, I've decided to tab the part that is the gift shopping list and also my online purchases. I really don't think I'd have to tab this one, but I kind of would like to be able to get to that in a hurry. Cards, I'm going to tab like this. This is my card list, and you'll notice this is my regular send out, and then my thank you card list. I'm not going to tab them separately to save tabs. I'm just going to put cards. And then for crafts, I'm going to tab that. And then finally, my notes section, I'm going to tab. So I need to make 9 tabs to make this happen. I decided, I know this is a lot of talking in this, but you need to hear this part. This is only 5.5 inches tall. So I need to split this to where the tabs are not really big. So I'm gonna make my tabs 1 inch. That's what I'm gonna do. And they're gonna be small, and I'm gonna have to write small, but that's what I want. So let me show you how I'm gonna do that. If you have a tab punch board, you can do this the same. You don't have to have the Works tool. I just happen to have this close, so I'm gonna use this little tab section here, and it's gonna be super easy. All right, the first thing I wanna do is mark the tab punch, and here's why. This guy, let me zoom in, does not go as small as 1 inch. This is actually about 1.25 inches, I think I measured. So what I did was I took a piece of cardstock and made it 1 inch wide, and I'm gonna lay it in here like this, and I'm gonna use some purple tape and mark where that inch edge is. Just basically make myself my own tab mark, right? So now I know when I lay my paper in, as long as I lay it right there, I'll get a 1 inch tab. The next thing I need to do is cut these guys. Now I don't want them to stick out forever. I just want to be able to grab the tab and go with it, right? So I also don't want these to get too beat up in my purse. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make them big enough just to write on them. So that little guy needs to be about, I'm going to say 1/4 inch hanging off. And then I'm going to need enough to glue it to the page. So I think I'm just going to do these in 1/2 inch segments. Let me show you why. When we get in here, I don't really want it to hang over too much. So if I give myself a 1/2 inch, that gives me 1/4 to glue down, 1/4 to hang over, and I can wrap it around. So these need to be 1 inch square to make this happen. All right, let me cut some squares. We'll just use the trimmer because it's right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut some 1 inch squares up here, just like this. This is one convenient thing about this tool. I've already got it out, why not just keep using it, right? So here's my 1 inchers. And then I'm gonna go ahead and score them in half. I need 9 of these, so let me cut the rest of them. Now I'm gonna score these guys. I could have scored them before I cut, and that probably would have been the smarter thing to do. I just wasn't thinking. So if you go ahead and cut yourself a 9 inch by 1 inch strip and then score it down the middle, then do your 1 inch cuts, you won't have to go back and do this. I'm really super zoomed in, I apologize, but you can really see what I'm doing, can't you? So I'm gonna score these guys, and then we'll do the tab punching. Now that I've got them scored, I'm gonna fold it over and crease it down super tight. So I wanna really crease that down because I wanna slide this under our little tab punch area. So I'm gonna slide that in like so to the edge and punch. And notice that I slid it in the folded side in, okay? Because that's how we're gonna make our open tab. See that? So I'm gonna do the other side. Like I said, this is fiddly, but I'm gonna show you another option that you can do if you don't have a punch board. Oh, that one did much better. I'm just gonna trim that part I missed. I didn't quite get it in there straight. I felt it when I did it. But look, that took 2 seconds. So there's a tiny tab. So we'll use that one. Let me show you another option. If you don't have the tab punch board, do the same thing. Crease this down really snug. I'll put it where you guys can see. Crease it down really snug. Okay, and then take your corner rounder, and I'm gonna use the 1/4 inch side, and just place that in and punch it. Flip it around, place it in and punch it on the folded edge, and I'm getting the same thing. Do you see that? I'm actually getting a little deeper tab See that? So if you don't have this guy, do it with your corner rounder. All right, I'm gonna run through and punch all of these guys real quick. I got my tabs made, but let me show you another way to make a tab if you have no fancy tools. Fold this 1-inch piece of paper in half. Crease it down with whatever you got. You might use your ruler or back of a butter knife, whatever you've got, okay? Then take your scissors and just make little nips. A nip like that. So once you make your little nips like this on either corner, once you get your first one right, you can use it as your template for the rest, and then you'll have these little nipped edge tabs, and you don't need anything fancy for that. So if you're like me and you love to use your tools, you can do it like this. If you like those little nipped edge, you can do it that way. I love to give you tips as much as I can. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my tabs in because it's time to. I don't have to do anything else first. I can go ahead and put my tabs in. Now I'm going to start by doing this. I'm going to put my first tab in just like this and glue that on as high as I can take it. I really don't want to take it all the way to the top, I don't think. Let me close the book and see. See, I don't really like how that looks. So what I want to do instead is I want to bring it down to like where the paper starts. And then when I close it, I like that much better. So I'm gonna let my tabs live where the paper is so I know where my first one's going. So let's just glue it on real quick. Now when you're gluing on your tab, you need to remember just a couple things with your glue. You need to make sure you get glue all on one side. So I'm gonna cover one side with my glue. All right, and then I need to make sure I do the edge of the other. And that way, when I close it, it'll seal up nice and snug. So put this in your finger. I'm gonna stand my book up. You know where I'm lining it up to. Make sure you've got a single page. Line that up where you want it. I'm gonna sink that in just a little bit. There we go. Get that nice and straight. And that's the first one. We just sandwich the page. And see, I like that. And I'm gonna have enough of these guys here that they'll support each other, you know, because I'll have them running all the way down the page. And I may even have 2 rows of them running down. So there's my first one. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna continue them out. And you might want to test run them, kind of test lay them out. So what I'm gonna do is like put one down. I'm gonna go ahead and see what they look like and see how many I can get in a row. Even though they're 1 inch, I think I can get 5 because I came down 1/4 of an inch on that page. I'm just gonna lay them out just to make sure it looks okay. I'm just gonna lay them right beside each other and see if I can get 5 for sure. I'm being a little fiddly, I promise. Yes, I'm gonna go with 5, okay? Because I like the way that looks. So I think I'm gonna do it a little bit different, and let me show you how. Because aesthetically, I'm gonna want this to lay out a certain way. So that's tab number 1. This will be tab 2, tab 3, tab 4. This will be tab 5. Let me make sure I'm right. So I'll need gifts here. I'll need reading there. I'll need December here, November, that's right. Okay, so for gifts, I'm gonna put it here. And I want it to be the bottommost tag. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it there. And then I'm gonna split the middle and then split the middle of these guys. So here's what I mean by that. I'm being a little picky. You don't have to be this picky. I really wanna make sure it's all gonna line up well. So there's glue there, and then I'm gonna sandwich this down to the bottom here. And I'm gonna line it up kind of like I did the first one, even though my page is not perfect there at the bottom. It's not a big deal. So there's that one, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is split the difference. I'm gonna come here to the middle. So I've got November that needs to go in. So this one will be December. So December will get put in the middle. I hope this isn't confusing you. Just put your tabs how you like them. Just think the process out and you'll be much happier if you do that. All right, get it ready to sandwich into the middle. And I'm eyeballing the center, so even though I'm being so super picky, I'm still eyeballing. So I bring this back over. So see, now I'm in the middle, and now I'm gonna split the middle of these. So November will be splitting in the middle of those. It'll go right there. So I'm gonna pick that up, close the book down, and bring it in there to match. Just work it until it matches. There we go. So see, the tabs are gonna lay out just fine. I'm getting glue everywhere. Let me show you a tip. If you have one of these mono sand erasers, and if you have a bead of glue, just do that and it's gone. All right, and then I'm gonna split the difference here, and let me see what gets it. So it'll be the reading plan that gets it here, okay? Then the rest of them are gonna lay out super easy. All right, so reading. Put that in about like that. Check it out. I need to move it a little bit. Still need to move it. That's about right. Okay, so check it out. Now my tabs are all laid out like they should be. And notice my oddball. Is that going to drive you guys insane? That's the one I do with my corner rounder. It will not bother me. But if it bothers you, don't mix yours up, okay? So now I need to install the rest of my tabs. And I'm going to do them kind of the same way. I'm going to start back at the top. So gifts only get one, but online gets one. So I need to do it at the top. I think I'll close this down and make sure it's matching that first one I did, or it's pretty close to it, before I spend too much time on it, so that they all kind of line up. There we go. So I got that one in place. Then my next one, so that was online. My next one is cards, and it just needs to go under this one. So I'll get it glued up. Then I'm going to bring this one back over, lifting this one up with my finger. Make sure you're not gluing any pages together. And then see, I can place it by just closing that one down to it to see where it goes. So that is where it will go. Just like so. And then carry on. So those are my tabs. I have to be honest, I'm very happy with those. I'm going to handwrite on them. Now that may bother some of you. If it does, dig into your stamps. I bet you have stamps you could stamp these with, but I'm just going to handwrite them. That's one of the things I like about my journal is I don't want to be afraid to write in it. Okay, so this will be the first place I start. So I'm going to go back to my little list, and as long as I've laid everything out right, I'm good. I'll just check it. So this is October. So I'm just going to abbreviate. So OCT, okay. My next one is November. I'm just gonna check it, November. Then the next one should be December. Check it out, it's working. Hold that up better. You could write on these before, but I thought this way if I did mess up, I could come back and do it now, and then I wouldn't have to worry about messing them up. All right, let's look at the next one. This one is reading. Then the next one is gifts. That it's all lining up. My next tab should be online. It is. There we go. All on this side. Now you can come back and write on this side if you want to, and I might do that later. I don't know. We'll see. I really don't use the other side. Although I say that, if I have it laid out like this, it might be cool to see it. Okay, I'm going to go write it. Okay, so both sides are labeled. Now for the fun part. Let's create our closure. So I want to put my closure on at least the back side before I put any of my pretties on the front, because I want to hide. I'm using magnets for this. I know that might seem like a waste since it's something I'm just going to be putting in my purse, but I love the magnets, and so I want to use them on this. So I'm going to go ahead and place my closure so I'll know where I need my magnet to go, and I can hide it underneath the paper. So let me grab all that out. So the paper pack I'm using for my little album is the one called Rejoice by Authentique. I love this one. And it's important that I tell you this because we do have two. This is the Rejoice Essentials Collection Kit. There's also the Rejoice Baking, but I'm using the Essentials Kit, and I'm not going to show you which sticker I'm using because I'm really excited about it, but I decided that silver metallic zebra goes perfect with Christmas, right? That's the ribbon I want to use. So I'm going to take some of this. We do have this in store too if you like it. I love this ribbon. So I'm going to take a piece of this, and I'm not going to need very much of it. I'm going to give myself plenty on the back to glue down for stability. So I'm going to probably glue down about that much on the back. I do want to steer clear of this side because I'm going to mat this and not run the cover all the way to the edge, or the piece all the way to the edge. So I'm going to steer clear of the side, but I want to stick this down, and I am not sure if I want it to go in the middle or closer to the bottom, because sometimes I'll put my closures near the bottom. And this might be cute if it wrapped all the way around. I don't know. Let me look. This is literally what I do. I know this frustrates some of you guys that I don't know before I get started. I'm sorry. I just don't know. So we're going to figure it out together. Do I want it to wrap around and then close onto itself? Like so. All right. And remember this. I'm not going to be adding a lot of bulk to this because I don't plan on using those pockets much. But I do want to give myself a little bit of room in case it does get a little bit bulky. So I'm thinking about like that. I might wrap it around. No, there's no sense in wrapping around. That's just wasteful. Okay, I'm going to do it in the middle, and I'm not going to wrap it around. So I'm going to lay this on my cutting mat so I can see my middle spot. So I've kind of split the difference here. So this is my middle, and I'm going to glue down a pretty good bit of this ribbon. And I'm just going to use art glitter glue. It'll work just fine. So stick the art glitter glue on here. Like so. That looks like a lot. It's probably not nearly as much as it looks like on camera. Then I'm just going to place this guy kind of in the middle and run this way. If he's not exact, I'm not going to stress about it. If you need to measure, measure. All right, so there's that. And then I just want to wrap it around And like I said, give myself a little loose, give myself more than I need. So I'm actually going to cut off a little more than I actually need because I think I'm going to sandwich my magnet in my ribbon. I'm going to try to do that anyway. All right, so if we come around here and we go ahead and put our magnets on. So I'm using the basic gray, but I'm not using the big. I'm going to use the smaller ones. We do carry both. Just wanted to let you know I have those if you'd like them. I need a plus and a minus, so I just come right back here to the back and get a plus and a minus out. Now, I don't want those to stick together just yet because I want to think this out for a second. So I think I want to sandwich. Let me show you what I mean. I think I want to wrap this magnet. I don't really see a need for that. If you don't want to see it, you can wrap it and hide it in here. Which, should I do it? I just don't think I need to. I think I'm just going to cut this and seal it with some fray check and just use it like that. I don't think it'll hurt a thing. So what I can do because of that is I can stick these two magnets together. Okay, so I'm gonna let those stick together. There we go. And now I can just peel the backer off of one of them. Either one, doesn't matter. Or peel the little protective piece off. And then I'm going to place this on the ribbon, okay? So I'm going to look at my ribbon. I gave myself extra, so I want to see how much I need extra. So I think I want to place it about right there, okay? So I'm going to put this down right here. Actually, I think I'll put a dot of glue down just as an extra because I'm going to be opening and closing this. So just as an extra precaution, let's add a little glue. These are really sticky though. If you get them on there and press them down, they're really good and sticky. And I'm going to peel this little backer off of this side and I can close it over. Now this is where you want to be careful. Make sure you leave your gap before you place it down or leave your extra there before you place it down because once you put it down, it's down. And that's where he's going to live, okay? So now I'm just going to trim this ribbon away. I think I'll trim it away. I think I want to do it at an angle. Do I want to go that way or that way? This way. And then, like I said, I'm just going to fray check that, but I'll fray check it at the end and let it just sit and dry before I start using it. So now I've got my little magnet on, and when I take it off, that'll stay in place. And look how cool that is. You don't even have to stress about it. Just boom, just send it over there and it works. Perfect. Now I'm going to leave that open because now I'm going to start covering the front, and I'm also going to cover the back, which will cover up my workings here. Let me decide what's going on the back. You know how I am about the backs of things. I try to look through whatever paper pack I'm using and pick the pattern I like the least. Which is crazy, but that's what I like on the back. I want to use a pattern, but I don't want to waste one of my favorites. All right, I'm not a big fan of bales, so I'm going to pull that one out because I may use that one. You certainly could use one of your favorites. It doesn't matter. I just don't like to use my favorite patterns in case I want to use them somewhere else for the backs of books. I just don't think people really look at the back very much. So I'm just going to flip through and make sure. Oh, that's a cute one, but it's cute, so we don't want to use that one. Polka dots are a good back. Dun, dun, dun. I still haven't picked out my front, but I have so much to choose from, I'm not really worried about it. Ooh, I may have just picked out the front. Look at that plaid. Let's see. Oh, the stars would make a cute back. Oh, there's cut aparts on them. I'm not going to use those. I'm not going to use the stars. Okay, so I'm going to use the one I picked out first. I'm going to use the bales. It won't hurt my feelings. Or do I want to use this one on the other side because it's the same? I'm going to use this side because it'll be the same piece, you know, the bale piece that I'm cutting. So I'm going to use that side. All right, let me get a trimmer. Now the cool thing is because our book is the size of an A2 size card, we're going to cut our mat just like we would the first layer of an A2 size card. So 5 1/4 is my height. I'm just going to slice that like so. And then 4 is my width. So just cut that just like this. Now, because I rounded the corner of my pages, bring this back over so you can see, because I rounded those little corners, I want to round these as well. In case I did not mention to you, or in case you didn't see my first video about this, by the way, if you didn't, you need to go check that first part 1 out. This here is where I thought about doing something, I changed my mind, that's why you see those glue marks. So that's what that is from. All right, so see how this is gonna mat on there? So cute. All right, oh, I don't have to round that. I was gonna round those corners to match. Oh, I think I will anyway. Why not? I'm here. So I'm gonna round these corners. Make sure, if you're doing like I'm doing and you're only gonna round the 2 corners, make sure you lay your paper out and get the paper orientation right before you round 2 corners. See, doesn't that just look more professional? I like it. Now we're gonna glue this guy into place, and that'll be my back done. I'm not spending a lot of time on the back. I never do on my projects. I don't really like to put a lot of stuff back there. You do want to take a second to make sure you get your glue as close to the edge as you can, because you want it to stick down really well. Then I'm just going to glue that on top. I did make sure I got a good bit of glue in the middle where my ribbon was, because I want to make sure that sticks down really good too. So see how it hides my ribbon in there and I don't see it on the back? Of course you could let it be on the back if you wanted to see on the back. It wouldn't hurt anything, it'd be cute. But that's how I'm doing the back. All right, now for the fun part, the front. So I decided I really liked the back in that plaid. So rather than cut another whole piece, I'm just gonna use that same piece for my layer on the front. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my 1/4 of an inch here. And then I'm gonna glue that down, and this will cover my little magnet piece, except for this one. I wouldn't mind if both of them showed. They don't bother me showing, but if they bother you, make sure you cover them up. All right, and now let's glue this guy down. I did round those corners just like I did on the back. And then just place that into place like so. Cover my little magnet up. Don't worry, it'll still work. See, still works. Good as new. Now I don't want to cover it with another layer, okay? So now I'm going to decorate a little bit around it, because if I cover it with another layer, it might get harder to stick. Although it sticks really firm now, I kind of don't want to do that. I just want to decorate around it. And let me show you the sticker I really want to use. So because this is my gift book, I want to use this no peeking sticker, but I'm going to need to layer it and mat it up on something, and I want to see what else I might want to put on the front. So I dug into my scraps and I found this red. So I'm going to stick this one down to here, and I think I want to use this one as well that says Believe in the Magic. I'm going to stick it down as well, and I'm going to trim it out in just a second. And I have another idea I want to check out. So I want to show you what I was considering, and I'm going to use this white so you can see it, although this is not the color I would use, but I want to show you. I was considering taking this edge and wrapping a piece of ribbon around it to make it look a little cleaner, just like this. If you need that, that's an idea. There's lots of different ways you can do it. You can do it with cardstock. You just want to make sure you leave yourself some room for it to open and close. I just don't mind the binding. It doesn't bother me, and I think considering where I'm going to be keeping this, it's better for me not to have too much stuff that can kind of get ripped or pulled off. And remember, this is a utilitarian piece. It's not something that I need to last long term or anything. So I'm going to decorate it pretty simply. All right, so I started fussy cutting. Here's one little sticker, and I started on this one. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting this out. I love to do this with stickers. I think this is a great way to help your stickers to really pop off the page, and it's easy. I know sometimes fussy cutting can seem a little stressful, but with this, you're really just bubble cutting, so you just leave yourself a gap and just cut around the image. It's real easy to do. You can also do this on your scan and cut. By the way, if you have a scan and cut, place these stickers onto a piece of paper, then lay them onto your cutting mat, scan them and cut them. It works perfect. Okay, again, because I don't want this to be a big mess in my bag where I'm going to keep it, I'm not going to put these on dimension. They would be cute on dimension, but I'm not going to pop them up on dimension. I may add another piece here to give it a little more interest. So let me see if I can find a piece I want to make a strip out of for there. So I cut this little strip, which I think is super cute, and it's going to go right here, but I think I'm going to border punch it, because I think that'll be super cute if it has this little edge on it. So I'm just going to use my little frilly, this is a scallop dotted border punch. So I'm just going to punch this, and it's so cute. It looks like candy cane. Isn't that adorable? I love this one. Okay, and then let's come down here and complete this end. Okay, so I got it all trimmed out with a little border punch. And as cute as this is, look how cute this side is. I'm struggling with patterns today. I think I'm gonna go back to the red. I like it better when I see it in camera. So there's that. So that's gonna get glued down there. Then I'm gonna have this one come in here. And I think this will look cute right here, like so. I'm even gonna move this over some. It can go underneath that ribbon, no problem, because I kind of want this little piece to kind of get split in the middle by this little background piece. So I'm gonna put this down. Remember, this, again, I don't know if you're making these for gifts or not, but this is just for my purse. So I just want to be able to enjoy it, look at it, and think it's super cute. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of my paper on it, because I want to use that for gifts. This is just to go into my purse and keep me straight for the holidays. Okay, so there's that. And now I'll glue these guys down. And then this little guy splits the middle here. I love that. That is so cute. And I bet you guys are like, I can't believe you use zebra. Zebra's my favorite, so I like looking at that. If you have a different ribbon that's your favorite, or if you'd rather use something more Christmassy, go right ahead. I do need to fray check that. I also want to see if there might be a little sticker that'll be cute on here. So check this out. I decided to punch myself some of the paper with my little 3/4 inch scallop punch, and I'm gonna sandwich the end of this ribbon. I think this will be cute. And then I'll have a place to put a little piece of bling. So watch this. I'm gonna put glue on the back of my little scallop circle here. And I'm not gonna really try to cover up the magnet. I'm just putting it on the end of the ribbon. It'll still be super cute. And then I can put a little bling on there. So get that where it'll hold down both sides. And then I'm just going to line this up on the back, sandwiching that ribbon in. I think this will be cute. Now let me find some bling or a pearl to put on it. I have this perfect colored green bling. It's the right shade. I'm gonna put it right there on it. And I think that's cute. No, scratch that. Don't like it. I'm gonna redo it. So I've changed my mind. Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of a sticker, I've taken my 3/4 inch scallop punch, this little guy right here, and I just punched a piece of the black. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sandwich the end of this ribbon. I'm not really trying to get the magnet in. I just want the end of the ribbon here. I'm gonna sandwich it down so that I have a place to put a piece of bling. I have my green bling, which is the perfect color for this, and I wanna put a piece on it. I think that'll be cute. So I'm just sandwiching that end inside this little scallop punch, just like so. Okay, so now that I've got that glued together, I'm gonna flip this guy over and close it. And now I'm gonna put a piece of this little green bling on there, and it'll look like a little closure. That'll be super cute. And you can add glue to that if you need to. You probably should add some glue to that bling, even though it's already sticky backed. Because if you're gonna be using this in and out of your purse, you're probably gonna want it. That's my journal done. That's it. I love it. Everything is neatly laid out. I can get to everything. I can go straight to my December calendar if I need to. I can go straight to my gift list if I need to. Isn't that cool? Love it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I also want to encourage you, if you haven't seen the assembly of this, watch part 1, which will be linked for you guys below and in the iCard. And also, we do these every year. I think I've done 4, but we have 3 of them, this one and 2 others, that we have changed the dates on, so you might want to do one of those, and we have the printables with this year's date for you. We'll have those linked in the blog post that's in the description. So even if this is not your style, I have 2 other styles of holiday planners that you can use. And like I said, the printables have been changed to have the current date for you guys. All of it's free. It's just for fun. It's for you to enjoy. And I hope you enjoyed this one. I really think I'm gonna love this in my purse. It's so meaty and so it's just convenient. I really, really like it. I think it would even be cute if instead of doing a magnet closure, you did a tie. That'd be really cute too. So think about that. You might just want to do a bow. Hey, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're making one of these or any of the holiday planners, I want to see it. Head to our website called MaymayMadeIt.com, and in our customer gallery, you can share photos of what you're making. We love to see it. And if you need inspiration, there's over 2,000 images posted over there, projects that you guys have made for inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future videos and ring that bell so you'll always know when I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.